Ladies and gentlemen, it's your boy Rico back at it again. Welcome to Path to the Playoffs. If you guys are tuned in for the very first time, listen, grab yourself a drink, smash that like, subscribe if you have not subscribed. Folks, it's the real deal. It's the Path to the Playoffs, and we've got a fun-filled show for you tonight. I will be joined by my guest, my hosts, my co-host Nick and Mookie. They'll be joining us very shortly. We have a special guest in the man himself, Mr. Addison. I don't know if he wants to be called Mario Addison or if it's Mr. Addison, but we're gonna chop it up in just a moment. He'll be joining us soon. But for those that are tuned in for the second, third, and 58th time, welcome. Welcome to the Buffalo Fanatics. This is the Path to the Playoffs. This is a segment that we will be chopping it up with players from the team, whether it's players, whether it's media members, or a celebrity guest. We will bring it on to you and give you guys a show for you guys to enjoy on your Friday evening. It is always Buffalo versus everybody. Everybody knows that, and this is exactly what we're going to do. So just to kind of warm things up just a little bit as my guests chime in and as the fans and the members chime in, just to kind of touch on a few things. By the way, there's 67 people watching right now. Do me a favor, smash that like and share the feed everywhere that you guys can. All right. That being said, we've got a few things to talk about. We had a major game. A major game last week. Was a huge game. And there were some things that we did great. And there's some things that obviously we can work on. So as my guys get set up, Mook and Nick, I'll be making them join us in just a moment. But we're going to touch on a few things, right? I want to touch on the offensive side of the ball. My guy Mook is going to touch on the special teams. And my guy Nick is going to touch on the defense, right? And our thoughts on the previous game. So as they're getting themselves set up, I'm actually going to invite them in. They're in the green room hanging out. Let me just jump in there and make sure that they're ready to go. And there they are. That's how you guys doing today?
Good. How are you?
Is the mic on? We want to make sure the mic is on. The mic is hot. Can I hear you guys?
Check 1 2.
Mookie there.
Check 1 2.
Yep. We got it. We're just gonna get you to speak up a little bit more, and we good to go. So I was letting them know that we're gonna touch on the previous game. We're gonna touch on the offensive side of the ball, special teams, and defense. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna jump right in on the offensive side of the ball. I feel that we did some really good things. The one thing that has been, I guess, I don't want to say missing, but we've been lacking has been the run game. And it was very clear and very apparent that we did work. Over the bye week, we made sure that we established a run game, and it was evident. 174 yards rushing. We had a bust-out game for Mr. Devin Singletary. I really liked that. And what made me feel really good was that although Josh didn't light the boards up, he was very poised, right? Couple mistakes in there. I think I'm gonna blend that a little bit on rust, right? Coming off of 2 weeks of nothing, I'm gonna blend that on rust. But I think the offense is ready to take a big step in the 49ers game. So I'm gonna pass it on to Mook. I want Mook to touch on special teams. Mook, talk to us.
Special teams is always good to know. You always going to know what type of game we're going to have just based upon Andre Roberts and the field position that he's possessed. Like he is very instinctive. He's real instinctive. And he doesn't really, put the offense in binds to start games. So, he's having great. We're being on 35-yard line, 30 and 35-yard line. So, that was an outstanding job. You get Josh Allen in that high-powered offense, a short field. Then on the flip side of that, nobody's talking about, Borjo, the punter. I mean, he's doing an outstanding job getting those kicks out of there, reestablishing that field position. People don't understand how key field position can really be in the game. And, it really sets the tone. So, just definitely look at Roberts. He's one of the top in the league right now in special teams and the top vote getter for the Pro Bowl in that regard.
Absolutely, he should be too.
And I agree with that. And special teams is a big part of the success that we're having right now. So Nick is going to give us a little something on that defensive side of the ball. Nick, talk to us.
Oh, the defense is lighting it up right now. Coach Frazier's letting them loose. Guys are getting out there after the ball. I think what we have 19 sacks over the last 5 games. We're getting really aggressive. That's what we like to see, and things are good on that side of the ball. As a matter of fact, if we're talking about defense, let's bring out our next guest over here. Is he here?
Oh, he's here. He's hanging out. He's here hanging out. He's ready to roll. Now, before we bring in our special guest, I want to get our grades, defensive grades, offensive grades. I'm going to give ourselves a B- for the offensive side of the ball. I felt that we left a lot on the field, and I think we have way more in the chamber. And a B- is what I'm going to give. Moop, what do you give the special teams?
Teams, I'm going to give them an A. You know what I mean? Whenever time you can get that good field position reestablished, you know, special teams is a third of the game. The way Tyler Matakevich and Serrano go down there and make those plays to make sure that the defense keeps those guys pinned, I give them an A, man. The special teams is doing an outstanding job so far. And then how can I forget Tyler Bax? The eye and the Tyler, right?
Absolutely.
How can I forget about that guy?
Absolutely. Nick, defensive side of the ball, what are we grading them?
I'm going A. You know, we started off really relaxed in the beginning of the year. Things were a little rough. We were playing really soft. Coach Frazier stepped it up. Our guys on the D-line have stepped it up, which opens everything up for the linebackers in the secondary. Those guys in the secondary are getting much more time back there to do their thing because of that pressure up front. So without further ado, let's bring up the pressure from up front, Mario Addison.
Yes, sir. Mario Addison. How are you today, sir?
Hey, what's up, big dogs?
We're doing all right.
Hey, just chilling, man. Getting my mind ready for this Monday night game.
Absolutely. I like it.
So, Yo-Yo, what's good, man? We understand your nickname is Yo-Yo. If people don't know, can I let them know how you get the nickname?
I just got the nickname Yo-Yo probably about 5 or 6 years ago. You know, so I got this lady friend of mine, you know, I had a couple of nicknames, you know, I had Rio, you know what I'm saying, Yo-Ski and all that. But she was like, I don't want to call you what everybody else call you, you know what I'm saying? So he started calling me Yo-Yo. I like Yo, we roll Yo. Don't tell nobody, y'all. Don't tell nobody.
Secret safe with me, man. But we like that name. We already know what that Yo-Yo do, especially on that football field. You know what I mean? You definitely, you know, bringing that Yo-Yo the way you slingshotting quarterbacks like you did your man Derek Carr, you know what I mean, a few weeks back. You know, but we are in Buffalo, man. This is your first season here. You didn't get the opportunity to really explore Buffalo, but, you know, me and Nick always like to talk about food. You know what I mean? So I'm going to go to little chicken facts with you. I'm going to do some chicken facts with you. Okay, first and foremost, wings or flats and why?
To me, it really don't matter. You know, I done been around a lot of people who like both. So, like, they what kind of guy I am. I like both of them. But lately, you know what I'm saying, I've been around, like, you know, bougie people like Jerry Hughes. And I think Jerry like all flats, you know what I'm saying? So, you know, I've been drawing the flats lately here, like the last, 2 to 3 months.
Flats is getting contagious around here.
All right, Mario. So we're talking about chicken wings. But let's go on the flip side. How about the pizza? We sent you over a little pizza party from our guys over here at Capelli's. We're on location right now. What'd you think of the pizza from Capelli's? There you are. You're all geared up.
Got my little shirt off, man. Yeah, hey, the pizza was good, man. The pizza real good, man. Different. You know, one of them tastes like a cheeseburger, and it was delicious. I actually took like 2 of them home and killed it by myself. You know what I'm saying? So the pizza is real good, man. And not all pizzas are good though, but the way, you know what I'm saying, the place when you brought them, Nick, that place right there.
Yeah. What's your favorite topping?
It's legit, man.
All right, that's what we're talking about. What's your favorite topping on a pizza?
It was on that pizza. It was I like banana peppers in the buffalo chicken. It's pretty good.
Absolutely.
It lit me up the next day though, but hey, it was good.
Change your oil a little bit.
Good.
Rick, what you got for my guy?
So, my man Mario, what's going on, big dog? You good?
I'm good, bro. I'm real good.
All right. Listen, I got a little something for you, man. We put out questions to the fans because they love you and they see the love that you're showing back to Buffalo. I got a little something I want to show you, and I got to say it to you because fans have had this question and they've been peppering me with this question. They said, you got to ask Mario about this. So I got no choice. I got to listen to the people. And guess what? We got to bring it to you. So I'm going to play a little clip real quick, and you get me your thoughts on that. And then I'm going to ask you a question for you. So here he goes. We have the Arizona game.
Oh,
It's the last one.
Ah,
I know.
Come on, man.
It hurts. It hurts. So it's one of those plays where we're over it and we happy where the Bills are at.
yeah.
But like, take us through pre-snap, your thought process before the snap is given and post. What were your thoughts?
Man, all right. So pre-snap, we know we got to keep this guy in the pocket. And we want to get to him like soon as possible before he can like launch the ball. But some way, this, you know what I'm saying, this 5'1" quarterback broke the pocket, right? And you know, I got up on him quick, and he did like a little in and out move, and I dived for him, which I regret that. I wish I would have just ran my feet, and I would have sacked him. Easy, I would have sacked him. But then my dog got down. I mean, sorry about the language. My dog reached back and just slung it. And I'm like, yeah, go ahead, do what you do, you feel me? So I'm like, yo, we finna knock it down, game over. When the weird dude caught the ball on the 3 of our defenders, man, I was like, you know, like the whole defense was like, it's some, bro. Like it's something you see on TV. It's like that play right there. I ain't gonna lie, it's gonna go down for one of the greatest NFL plays of all time, maybe one of them. Because hey, I always seen this on TV. I always seen this. Some you seen the movie for real. Bro caught the ball. I was in a shock. I was like what just happened? You feel me? And I beat myself up by the game too, man.
And I feel you.
Yeah,
because a lot of the fans, we know,
Yeah.
like we saw it happen. We're like, yo, he's got him dead to rights. We got this. And then stuff like that happens. Now, here's the flip side, because you're a vet in the game. You've been in the game 10 strong.
Yeah.
So the young cats in the locker room, as a vet, what do you tell these guys to kind of keep your head up? What are the words you got to give to them?
You know, coming off a loss like that, you know, then we went into the bye week. The bye week came perfect time, you know, for, you know, everybody, you know, for injuries, guys that need to, you know, clear their minds. And we definitely needed to, you know, kind of get away from football and, you know, just clear our minds. And then we came back the bye week. For a game like that, man,
it's tough.
We was taught to play the next play, you know, flush that play out and play the next play. It's hard when that play was the last play and you can't play the next play. You know what I'm saying? So you really just got to flush that whole game. Watch film and flush it. You know, we got like the 24-hour rule that, you know, after you watch film, you got to, you know, let it go, man. Let it go. And it's all about the next game. The next game is the most important game because it's the next game.
I hear that, man. I respect that. And now I'm actually going to pass it on. We got a segment with one of our affiliates that's affiliated with Weclaw, and we have what we call is a fan wave, right? We got the fan wave, and I'm gonna bring my girl on. I want to make sure I say her name right, Dana LaGrippo. So I'm gonna bring Dana on and let her do her thing and jump in there. So Dana, it's up to you, my girl. You're up. Talk to your boy. Can we hear Dana?
Turn your mic on. She probably about to cut me out, and I feel it, y'all.
It could be her mic. Her mic might be off or on. I'm not sure.
Her mic off. It's a mute.
So let's see. We're gonna see if we can try to get Dana's mic back in check. So we'll come back to her. So my man Mook and Nick, we're gonna bring you guys back. Talk to us. Let us know what's next on the docket for you guys for questions.
Now, Mario, you got to be licking your chops right now. Coach Frazier's dialing up that pressure, and I know you love it because you got to get right in there and do your thing, go right up to the quarterback. What are you feeling about the different game plan from the beginning of the season when it was a little soft, the defense was a little, you know, I don't want to call you soft, but the play calling was different. Now you're into these last 5 games here. I think you're averaging 4 or 5 sacks a game with the team. So I mean, you got to be licking your chops right now. This is prime time for you.
Yeah, he called more aggressive plays, and it wasn't that the plays that he called early in the games that it wasn't that they wasn't working. We just weren't executing them at the right speed. So now we actually, what I'm saying, linebackers, they break on the ball. I mean, linebackers play down here, and the DBs, they break on the ball. And we weren't doing that. We had to kind of like establish our identity and start playing together. We didn't have really have like an OTAs, or really a true training camp to really just bond with each other, because it's new faces on defense. So
but now it's there,
OTAs to bond together and and build this thing the right way like we wanted to. So we kind of like, because of COVID, we kind of like came in this thing like straight running. So now we bond this thing together, you know what I'm saying, and we playing good ball.
Absolutely.
And speaking of playing good ball right now, Mario, y'all guys are playing good ball at the right time. The defense is finally starting to click. You got AJ Klein coming of age. You know what I mean? You got yourself thriving in the system as well. You get a healthy Matt Milano back. Going into this next stretch, and I know y'all always take it week by week, but we know it's big boy ball. You got the quest for the division coming up in a couple of weeks. You got the undefeated Pittsburgh Steelers. But right now you do have the defending NFC champion, San Francisco 49ers on deck. So what's the mindset going into these next 3 games? Pending the circumstances of the competition.
I started out with the 49ers because they the next game. We just gotta play disciplined ball, man, on defense. The 49ers, they run all this West Coast crazy stuff, man, misdirection. And if you ain't disciplined, you'll get caught up in all that. When you'll see too much and you won't actually see the key that you're really supposed to be reading. So for them, we just gotta play real discipline. And if we do that, man, we'll have a phenomenal game. And really don't like to talk ahead though, but the Steelers, they playing great ball this year. And one thing about this, man, like, they undefeated. They undefeated, but I learned, I've been in the league for many years. I learned that it's not about the best team. It's never about the best team. It's about the team that plays the best that day. You can go out there, they can go out there and play the Jets next week and get beat because they think they already, bad to win. So that's what it is, man. You just got to outplay them. That's all it is.
And you know what, though? It is what it is. I mean, at the end of the day, it's on to the next, is the way that a lot of y'all look at it. So now I gotta jump into this. My man, yo, I kind of gave you a tough one earlier. You know what I mean? I had to put you on a little bit of pressure. So here goes. You got a lot of young. It's a good mixture of young and vet guys on this team.
Yeah.
So who I'm gonna say the whole team, where fans are sleeping on this young player that you're like, when you're done with the game, this player's up and coming. Who on this Bills roster right now, you say, hey, Bills fans, Bills Mafia, watch out for this guy on offense and watch out for this guy on defense. Who you got right now?
I start with defense. Defense, man. AJ Ebenezer. He's gonna be
Ebenezer.
Hey, he's gonna be a beast. Ed Oliver gonna be a beast, man. Once they just realize, what they can do and just play fast and like minimize all the distractions while on the field and the mental errors, those 2 guys gonna be outstanding. Outstanding. Watch what I tell you now. Y'all gonna be like, yo said it. And for the offense, man, we got Josh, man, the quarterback, man, he young, man. He really ain't scratched the surface yet. Like, we're gonna be hearing great things, about Josh, man. And I talk to him all the time, man. Play with him, joke with him, choke him out sometimes. And he got a great mindset, man. He still young, but you can tell, man, when he on the field, man, he having fun. And when you having fun on the field, you know, you're not limited to what you can do on the field. And you see what he can do, man. He can throw the ball, he can run the ball, flick the ball. Hell, he can even knee the ball good. You know what I'm saying? So he's gonna Josh gonna be that guy, man. And then we got what's called the receiver number 13.
Gabe.
Look, listen, hey, Gabe is gonna be that guy, man. I tell him all the time, Gabe, you ain't gotta do nothing special, man. Just be you. Do what you do, but don't play less than you. And you can be successful. And I tell him that every game, man. And he always come to me and tell me thank you. And you know, Gabe won a game ball last week. And man, I was so proud of him, man, because I was in the hot tub when they first got there. Him and Isaiah, the other rookie receiver, and at practice, man, those two guys balling. Two guys balling. So don't forget about Isaiah either, man. He gonna be once he you know help Isaiah, he gonna be a beast, man. So I'm gonna roll those 4 guys right up for right now, man.
I respect that. And now Dana's back. So before I kick it to Dana, I'm gonna just set you up with a question, because right now we have a prime time game going on that's coming this week, right? Yeah. So for a vet in the game, you've been in countless prime time games. What is it about prime time and then your regular season games that's the difference? What is it?
Man, hey, I'm gonna start off by saying this. I done been on both sides of the stick. You know what I'm saying? I done kicked somebody's ass on prime time, and I done got my ass kicked on prime time. You know what I'm saying? So it's different between a regular season game, because the whole world is watching just that game. The whole world is nothing else on right now but y'all. So you got to put your big boy pants on, because every play is getting watched by everybody. Right. We play on Dallas. Well, when I was in Carolina, we played on Dallas Thanksgiving game, and that's when they first started like the color rush was in like all blue, and it was before halftime. I came off the ball, you know what I'm saying, out rushing, and Big Smith, the left tackle, grabbed me, right, and kind of yoked me and threw me, right. I was like, ooh, yeah. And it was right before halftime. So I got enough halftime, you know what I'm saying? You know, got a little water, you know what I'm saying, ate a banana, checked my phone. My mama said, "Mama, baby, don't let nobody grab you like that again. I seen that last." My mama bad now with the TV, you know what I'm saying? But she watching that game, you feel me? So I had to go back out there, you know what I'm saying, and go and put that long arm on Smith's head. And I know what I did. I put a long arm on it and I set him down. So, you know what I'm saying? You don't y'all on the team, only 2 teams that are playing, you know what I'm saying, at the moment. So that would make it so unique and special.
I like that, man. So we got our girl Dana. I think she's in the green room right now. So we're gonna bring her on. So this segment right now is the fan wave, right? So this is an opportunity where she's gonna give you some rapid fire questions. Y'all be ready, because she's gonna hit you with some. So this is what we call the fan wave segment, where our girl Dana LaGrupo is gonna come in and fire out some questions to my guy Mario. So without further ado, let's get Dana in here and get this thing going. Let's see if we got Dana here. Dana, are you there? Dana might be, she might not be. And you know what? And just like that, Dana's rapid fire question was so fast we missed it. And we out. So that being said, I'm gonna take it back to my guy Mook and my guy Nick. And let's talk about it, man. You guys had some things that you wanted to touch on with Mario. So I'm gonna pass that over to you. And because Mario right now, he's on fire right now.
Yeah, then you don't want to get those calls from Mount Dukes.
I'm just getting started now.
You want to get those calls from Mount Dukes, man. You know what I mean? Especially in prime time games.
Man, you can't let mom.
Can't be getting no G calls at halftime.
Yeah, you can't. Yeah, man. I don't even check. I don't check my phone no more halftime, cause you know I don't want to see that.
Right, and then it seemed like you just dove right in, and right now the Bills are relatively young. You know, you, Jerry, and a few other guys, you know, are pretty much like the big brothers of the team. So, you know, we know that Josh Allen had, you know, faced some personal issues just recently, and you were able to help him through that. Care to talk about how you was able to help Josh at a point in time in his life?
Your mic was kind of breaking up a little. You talking about when Josh's grandma passed?
Yeah, when his grandmother passed away, you was able,
Okay.
to be there for him at a good time.
Yeah, we came off a great victory that game, and I had just got the news when I was walking like to the locker room that his grandma passed. And then when we got in the locker room, I could look in his eyes, where he had got the news too. I could look in the eyes and see the hurt, man. And I know that pain like all too well. Cause last year in October, I lost my little brother, and we was flying back from San Fran, and I wasn't fortunate to win the game. We got our ass kicked when I was flying back from San Fran back to Carolina. And I got the news that my little brother had got shot up, got killed. Mm-hmm. And it broke me like so quick. Like everything I had in me, man, it was gone like right away. And I can tell how he felt. I can feel how he felt by just looking in his eyes. Mm-hmm. So I just told him that, at the end of the day, man, we brothers. Lean on your brothers, man. Talk to them. You ain't gotta go through this alone. Definitely, talk about it, man. You know what I'm saying? Talk about the memories that you had with your grandma. Talk about all that, man. And don't sit at home alone. You know what I'm saying? Have somebody over, man. And I told him that, if he needs somebody to talk to at any time, you know what I'm saying, I'm one call away. So, you know what I'm saying, he liked that, man. He smiled. You know what I'm saying? We hugged, then we just left it at that.
Man, that's crazy, man. But you kind of give perspective on how quick life changes, man. And a piece of you is never the same no more whenever things like that happen. So, we've all been in a situation where a loved one suddenly or with illness has passed. So, I feel for you, and I feel for Josh and anybody that's going through a situation like that. That's tragic sometimes, especially how that thing happened to your brother, man. That's hard, man. But I don't want to take away from that moment, but we finally got our girl Dana. She's here. So third time's a charm.
She had her chance.
We can't do that to her.
She had her chance, man. I'm gonna go eat me some wings, man.
You know what? She's gonna make up for it because she's gonna ask some really good questions. She's gonna ask some really good questions. So I'm gonna put pressure on her, and we're gonna make it happen. So we call this one. We're gonna do one more again. We call this one the fan wave. So once the fan wave happens, man, Dana's got her chance. We're gonna put Dana in the game right now. Dana, get ready. This is your chance. Let's go.
Hi, how are you? Good to see you. I have a lot of questions for you. Are you ready? Mario.
Let's do it.
He's ready for you.
When you say a lot, are you saying like 2?
Like 87. Is that okay? No.
Yeah.
Too much?
My phone about to go dead, so I'll give you.
All right, let's start with one. How about that? One question. I have a lot of most likely questions. Like, I really want you to think about your team, your people. You remember having a yearbook in high school? Do you remember that? Like, most likely to be a success. The biggest comedian, that? Okay, questions for you. Who is the most likely person to forget your birthday on the Bills team?
Who would forget my birthday? Quinn Jefferson. Easy.
Who?
Quinn Jefferson. Number 90.
Why?
QJ.
Yeah.
Why?
Yeah. I say Quinn because he, sometimes he forget to put his shoes on for practice. So I know if you forget that, he'll forget my birthday.
You will forget your birthday. That's true. Okay, fair enough. Another question. Who is the most likely to own a weird pet?
Own a weird pet?
Right, like a rat or a platypus or a monkey.
Oh, weird pet.
Pet.
I'm sorry. Your mic going in and out, but it ain't just you though. Like when he bring like you in, or just bring me in, then bring somebody else in, it started like acting up. But for a person that I say Dion Doc, like he'll have
Why
like
is that?
like a lizard or something.
A lizard?
He just seemed like he look like he'll have something weird. You know what I'm saying? It might be weird.
He's like a lizardy guy. The
alpaca,
guy, yeah.
Alpaca or something. Yeah, he look like he'll have something weird like
that. Does he have anything weird now, or?
No, not that I know of. I'm just saying, like he look like he would have something weird. Yeah.
Fair enough. Okay. So how about this? Who is the most likely to have an embarrassing tattoo?
Embarrassing tattoo.
I know.
Yeah. Who was more likely to have that? I got to roll with Isaiah McKinley.
Yeah. Why so?
We call him Lil Dirty. He Lil Dirty kind of weird. Like he talk about a whole lot. I ain't gonna tell you what he talk about, but he talk about a whole lot of weird stuff in the locker room. You know what I'm saying? So
like
he'll definitely have something weird on his body.
Give me the dirt. Like what?
Can't tell.
What's he talking about? That weirdo.
You just talked about weird stuff. Yo, that's dope.
Yeah, he just talking about weird stuff in general.
That's
so
dope.
He's the most likely to have a weird tattoo because he talks about weird stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He had weird sometimes too.
I love it. Okay.
Before you continue, Dana, because we only have my man Mario for just a little longer, so we just want to have a few fan questions with him. So if you have one last question for him, and then we're just gonna dip on and get the fans in here.
Absolutely. Okay. We have one more question from the fans. Who is the most likely to eat a pizza by himself within a half an hour?
There's
all the big eater of the group.
The big eater. We got a lot of big guys on the team.
Got a lot of big eaters
that can
Are you a big eater?
Yeah, that can really throw. Sometimes I be trying to watch my little figure sometimes, but you know, I kill some too. But if I had to pick somebody, man, I'm gonna go with Lee Smith, man. I seen Lee slap from down quick. You feel me? So I'm gonna have to roll with Big Lee on that.
No doubt.
He'll kill a pizza.
Well, listen.
Easy. He'll kill a pizza easy. Yeah.
I appreciate you, Dana. Amazing. You're my girl. We're gonna do this again next week.
We appreciate you.
See you. Have a great night. Thank you, Mario, for that. And I'm gonna bring out my guys Nick and Mookie back in. See you later, Dana.
Okay. All right. Nice to meet you, Dana.
And just like that, we got our guys Nick and Mookie. Mook, talk to us, baby.
Hey man, you know, let's just get to the fans. It's Friday night. You know, my man Yo-Yo, he got things to do. You know what I mean? The small pie like on 3% right now.
for real. So we're gonna go straight to the fan questions. So let us scroll on through, and I got one here for you right now. You ready for this one, Mario? They want to know. There's one question that they want to know here. Somebody said the audio is messing up, but that's cool because we are going to fix that right away. So Dion Dawkins, I'm gonna give you one. Dion Dawkins, you said would be one of those that would get. I think you said he would eat the pizza by himself. When you said Lil Durk, you call Mr. McKenzie Lil Durk? Is that what you call him?
Lil Dirty.
Lil Dirty. Oh, okay. Lil Dirty. All right. So Lil Dirty.
He don't like to take a shower, man.
I see Lil Dirty is always around the big boys. And they kind of almost like putting their hands on his shoulder. Yo, how y'all always teasing Lil Dirty like that all the time?
Cause you don't know Lil Dirty, man. Lil Dirty talk a lot. And you know, he got little man syndrome. He always, you know what I'm saying? He want to be big so bad, you know what I'm saying? But it's over for him. He just gotta, you know, be, you know what I'm saying, be happy with God bless him with. And that's, you know what I'm saying, 4'9". So he always talking, man. That's all.
I hear that.
Little man syndrome, he says.
4'9".
And Rico, let's not forget, we have 3 mini helmets to give away to the top 3 questions. Let's run them up.
Yes, we do. So here we go. So we have a question from Matt Livingston. He says, "Can Mario name 3 Bills players that played through the drought? Can you go back through the Bills drought? Can you name 3 players that was on this roster during the Bills drought?"
When you say Bills drought,
when we didn't make the playoffs for a hot minute. So can you name a player that was on that team while we didn't make the playoffs for next to 20 years?
Oh yeah, easy. Dewan Edwards, Marcel Darius, Jerry Hughes.
Technically, Jerry Hughes, you know what I'm saying? He's on the squad, so he made it.
He just went last year, though, but he was on the team when it was a drought, too, though.
Right.
There we go. I appreciate that.
Leo McClendon.
Okay. There you go.
Right.
So that question was from Matt Livingston. Matt Livingston, you got yourself a mini signed helmet by my guy, Mario Addison. We're going to move on to the next question. We got
Rico, you know he had to put that Troy plug in there, right? You know he had to go with that Troy plug with my boy Leote Marcel with that Bama tie right there. You know what I mean? That Bama tie, the Birmingham boys right there from the Ham.
Yeah.
You absolutely did it. So I got another question for you. They said this one. They said, ask Murray if he's going to be able to tackle Murray if he got another chance.
That's a helmet.
Okay, I got a good question for you. Next time, I'm gonna run my feet more, and yes, I'm gonna tackle him. Last year, I sacked him three times, so he don't want 3 times in one game. Yeah, and I tackle him a couple times more, but that's old. Just like the game that we played against him a couple weeks ago is old. Yes.
I got you. Yes. Here's the last question for you. I got a question from Jack Kuehler. He says, Mario, how does it feel being reunited with so many of those Carolina guys from before, including Sean McDermott? And that's from my guy, Jack Kuehler.
I'm at home. That's one reason why I chose here. Jerry Hughes, Brandon Bean, Sean McDermott, Eric Washington. I heard AJ will come in, Vern coming. They call this team, man. They call this Carolina North or Carolina Bills. So, because it's a whole lot of Carolina players on this team. But it's just like home, man. And I wouldn't trade it for nothing in the world. It's just I got to get used to this cold. Other than that, I'm at home.
I like it.
Just ask Marcel how he dealt with it.
I know I get 13 different answers.
So we got the 3 fan questions. We got that out the way. Congratulations to the fan winners. Those 3 great questions. We will be sending. You guys need to send us an email, and we will send you guys your signed helmets once we got your address. So hit us up at the BuffaloFanatics@gmail.com. So I'm gonna pass it over to my guy Mook and Nick.
Mario, appreciate it. Thank you for coming on the show. Always a good time. That's why we brought you on. You're the funniest man on the team. We'll see you tomorrow.
I try.
Let's get that game ball tomorrow on Monday night. Let's do it. 3 sacks out of you.
Hold on, Mario. We need 4 sacks out of you, man. 4 sacks.
3. Go with 3.
3.
Hey, look. I can tell you from up north, man, because everybody down south call me Mario, but my grandma she'll say Mario Air Blue Moon. But you got the New York accent, Mario. They're the New York accent. You good.
Man. You're good. Yo, they tried to tell me, stop calling this guy Mario. I say, I can't help it. That's how they call him out there, man.
That's what it is. Yeah. Mario is actually Mario to him, so he okay. All
right, cool. All right, well, listen, man.
Good luck.
Salute to you. We appreciate you. Have a great game. Good luck. Let's get this dub.
Oh. 100, man. I appreciate y'all for having me, man, on the show.
Appreciate it. Let's go. Yeah. Ladies and gentlemen, now that was a fire guest. Mook, Nick, talk to us, man. How do you guys feel about Mario, man?
Man, I'm ready to play. You know what I mean? All the energy that man got, man, I'm ready to roll right now. You know what I mean? I'm used to being out here in the cold, so that don't bother me. But, he definitely got those juices flowing, man. And I'm quite sure he got the juices flowing with those fans as well. Shout out to our girl, Dana. You know what I mean? With that rapid fire, I don't know, the little rapid, little gun jam there, but
Yeah,
all right.
The gun did jam a little bit.
Yeah, gun jammed a little bit, but she was able to shoot her shot, and she did definitely have some good questions. So, moving on. You know what I mean? Moving on right now to San Fran. We didn't really get it. We talked about the Chargers, but guess what? Whenever you could turn the ball over 3 times in the 4th quarter and still win by 10, Nick, I mean, that's we got to clean that up. But when the last time half the Bills actually did something like that, turn the ball over 3 times late in the game and still won by 10?
Right.
But this is something to build on. This is something to learn on. We finally got some good balance. Josh didn't give us the greatest numbers that, he could do, but, it was all about the run game. They racked up 170 yards on the ground. Motor Singletary and Zach Moss combined for 140 of it, 7 yards a carry off 20 of them, off 20 touches. So that's definitely something to build on. That's the best run game we didn't had by far this season. And, the Bills really controlled that game. They controlled it from beginning to the end. It's just the eyesore late in the game with, the mishaps. And nevertheless, they was driving. It wasn't like, they turned the ball over deep inside their territory. They turned it over, going into score. So if they could clean that up, turn that into points, then, the Bills could be definitely a force to reckon with going into these next 6 games when they desperately need to.
Which is a great segue into this 49ers game coming up, because I have some reservations about how we're going to deal with this 49ers team. Now, most people are going to say, yo, Rico, you shook. Nah, fam, let me kind of break a little something down to you guys, because there are 2 players on that team that I wouldn't say scare me, but they give me pause for concern. And that is Debo, aka Tiny Lister. You know what I'm saying? He's gonna be coming out trying to snatch chains. I'm sitting here going to tuck my stuff in because you know what? Nah, I can't do that. I gotta take it off, because if I don't take it off, guess what? He's snatching it. So this defense can't sit there and tuck the chain in. You got to take it off. So if we get caught slipping, and if for those that don't know, that was a Friday reference, but that's cool. But if we get caught slipping, our chain is going to be jacked. So Debo Samuels is one that's going to cause us a lot of problems. They're going to put him in the slot. They're going to put him at the wide. They're going to let him play running back. He's going to be all over the place. And on top of that, they have a very, very explosive running back that just came back from injury. That's changed everything. And that's Radio Raheem Mostert. So we're about to find out what this defense is all about, because our defense has definitely been playing well the last 6 games. But those 2 players are ones that we are going to have to pay attention if we want to get our 9th win. And I think we do get it, but we've got to take care of business when it comes to those 2 offensive players.
Yeah, absolutely. And then when you look at it and going in, the Bills held the San Diego Chargers. Look at me. They held the Chargers to 18% third down conversion. Now, they can carry that over to San Fran, and we know Brandon Ayuk is back as well. So that's definitely going to pose some threats in the deep aspect of them getting a little bit vertical up top. So if the Bills could force Nick Mullins to pass on in third down situations, to get Mario Addison pinning those ears back to get after him, that's definitely something that the Bills would want. I know our guy Matt Perino all this week was talking about the linebacker situation. If Matt Milano comes back, what we do with A.J. Klein. I don't think you do anything with A.J. Klein. Yeah, you don't do anything with him. The good thing about it now is when teams go into 21 personnel, a la I formation, you have those 3 linebackers on the field at once. So, now with the emergence of his development right now, and then we already know what Matt Milano brings to the table, that gives me a lot of confidence to know that, hey, with our 3 linebackers set out there, we should be able to, get teams off the field, the way that these guys are playing on that second level. So it's real eager to see. It's real excited to try to figure out this week, because the Bills are coming in great record and finally healthy. When you look at that injury report, they are finally healthy. So it should be no excuses. This next, the path to the playoffs, it should be no excuses on personnel. You have all your players locked and loaded and ready to go, Rico.
Absolutely. Now I got to ask my guy, Nick. Nick, do you feel good about this 49ers game? And if you do, what kind of prediction do you see happening? Like, what are you predicting?
I'm a little hesitant on the 49ers game. I'll be honest with you. I'm not going to be a homer on this one, but the 49ers scare me a little bit just because it's you catch a little break in there. It's going to be a very close game. It's going to be a lot closer than people think. That's just my liking on it. But I'm going to go back to the same thing. Run the ball, run the ball, run the ball. Dable did a very good job with that last week, changing things up, 175 yards rushing here. So, we talked about that last week. We were preaching it and talking about it, and then all of a sudden it came to fruition. So I'd like to see that again. You're going into the winter here. It's December, January ball. This is where you run. I know the game's in Arizona, but still, coming back home to Buffalo, getting in those cold weather games. We got Pittsburgh on deck. Playoffs, you just don't know where you're going to be. You got to run the rock.
You definitely gotta run the rock, and that's very apparent. Now, I don't know. I keep telling my brother this, that Vegas, I don't know what it is about them, but they know things. And the spread was at -3 at the beginning of the week. Now we're even. It's like a pick 'em. So are you confident in what Vegas knows, or do you have a score prediction that, man, bump Vegas? I got a better score prediction. What do you got? Or is it going to be closer than people think?
Well, I mean, it can be closer than people think. We can shoot it out. One thing I know for sure, that the Bills are prepared to duel it out however you want to. If you want to shoot it out, they're ready to shoot it out. If you want to slow the game down, they can slow the game down now. Now that we got some balance going, it must continue over to Monday night as far as the run game, because that's definitely going to help out Josh Allen, because let's not forget, I mean, they are missing Nick Bosa, but this is still a high-powered defense. They still got that defensive coordinator over there. So when that guy is still over there, then, we still got our hands full. You got Kinlaw out there making plays. So you got Fred Warner, a guy that's not being talked about. I think he's having a Pro Bowl year as well. So let's not forget these pieces that they have on the defensive side. They were able to stymie a high-powered Los Angeles Rams team last week. A division opponent, they play them twice, so, they have a lot of intel, but nobody would have thought that they would have went in there and beat the Rams with a backup quarterback. Nobody would have thought that. So the Bills cannot definitely get caught lacking, especially at this moment in time where, wins are so crucial now. We understand where the Bills are at 8-3, but each week now, wins are more crucial to get, because this is why we're here, right? We're talking about the path to the playoffs. So, you want to control your own destiny. As long as the Bills keep winning, they can control that destiny. So everything is real crucial at this point right now, Rico.
Now, I do want to bring something up, because we do have a second special guest coming. And this in particular special guest has a feeling that maybe the curse is gone, but this special guest thought maybe that there's one particular person responsible for the curse of the Bills, that we weren't making the playoffs for the longest time, and that is, I guess a fan of the Bills for a while now. So he must be really happy with how the Bills are playing right now. So I'm here to introduce I'm gonna call him Mr. Nick Bakay. So Nick Bakay is in the building right now. We're gonna add him to the building. Nick, how are you today?
I'm doing great, guys. How you doing?
I'm doing very well. So welcome to the show.
Hold on, Rico. This is the legendary. This is the legendary, all right? Legendary writer, producer, actor, born and raised, man, from the Rock Power. We ain't even gonna take it no further from that. If y'all don't know nothing about the Rock Power, you is not a real Bills fan, all right? This guy comes from that. That's how far this guy is. The legendary Nick.
I like it.
How you doing, man?
You know what though? That's the proper way to introduce you. I put the Mr. and then Mookie just kind of put the accolades right to it. So you know what? I should give you more respect for that. Mr. Nick Bakay, welcome to the Buffalo Fanatics. We've got a slew of questions for you. And I'd like to start it off, though. I'd like to start it off because I'm curious about this. Football related. Do you really feel Wade Phillips has everything to do with potentially the curse, the lengthy playoff, I guess, drought that we've been facing for this many years?
No, I mean, I don't think a solid career defensive coordinator. I know he's been a head coach, but no, that's not a guy with the kind of power to invoke a curse. The guys who can invoke a curse are guys like Bobby Lane, who drank and stayed up for 38 straight hours before football games, and then when he was ridden out of Detroit, said, "Well, I'm cursing you," and look at them. We got the 4 Super Bowls. Now we lost them, but think about being a Lions fan post Bobby Lane. Think about the fact that the best thing that ever happened to you was Wayne Fonts, who you hated when he was your coach, and then look what's happened. So no, I don't know. I don't think anybody has the power to curse us. No, I like Wade. I felt bad for Wade. I think Wade got a raw deal.
Wade's a good guy. He's great at the defense.
Yeah, and a brilliant coach, but no, you know what? Nobody cursed us. There's something in the water in Buffalo. We're meant to earn these things the hard way. We don't mind. When it comes, it's going to be all the sweeter, right?
Right.
It definitely will. It definitely will. So when it comes to like watching these Bills and watching them ascend, what's the feeling you get when you see this? Are you like, it's about time, it looks like the 90s Bills, or is this a different breed of Bills football that you're watching right now?
Well, I wish it was the 90s because, you know, I was around for that. And that's pre-free agency. And, you know, that team, I mean, if you think about that, you think about it, you could go man by man to every position on that team, and it was crazy stacked. But by today's standards, I do think we're building it right. I love what they're doing. And, you know, listen, it's been that long since we had a quarterback. So this was such an interesting year. It was like, this felt like it was going to be, well, you know, is this Josh Allen's year to step up, or are we going to leave this year with the same amount of question marks? It's been so fabulous watching what he's doing. So I love this team. I'm excited. We got a quarterback. It's been forever, you know. And I think that, you know, we got a few things to do before we're world dominators, but anything can happen in the playoffs, baby. You know, I mean, I think we're rounding into health. I wish Smoke Brown was, you know, doing better. But other than that, with Milano coming back, I mean, geez, it's pretty healthy at this point in a long season and a weird season, right? And I think the D's coming around, right? Because they've been weird this year, and they're starting to look like their old selves again. So I'm feeling it. I mean, I was looking. Look, I bet football. I was looking at the line, and when they opened up, you know, 2.5-point favorites, I thought, well, that makes sense. And then I look at it this morning, and the Bills are +1, and I go, oh, okay. Well, that means a lot of creepy, sharp bettors probably poured money onto San Francisco, and they see things that mere mortals don't, blah, blah, blah. But I was like, that's bullshit. You know, that's like, you know, I'm sorry, they got a second-string quarterback. And P.S., the AFC is so much better than the NFC this year. It's not even funny. I mean, you look at Jacksonville testing Green Bay, you know, come on. So, you know, it's tough to win on the road and all that jazz, but I think it's fascinating that people are swinging the other way this week, because I know San Francisco kind of got it together against the Rams. Bills have had it together all year. So I love where they're at. And I think, you know, listen, if we were in the NFC, we'd be the best shot at the Super Bowl. There's no one in the NFC. Look at the Seattle. Look at what we did to the Rams. There's no screws the Saints. We would be the best team right now in the NFC, right? Fred. What kind of a quarterback is that? It's like Tim Tebow without the God part, or maybe I don't know. No, I love the Bills. I love them. I'm bullish on them. I mean,
we have all the talent out there.
The AFC is going to be a man playing with boys in the Super Bowl, but I love them, and I love them this week against San Francisco.
I agree with you. We have all the talent out there. Now, what do you think about Coach McDermott? Give me your thoughts on Coach.
I like him. You can't argue with the results, you know. It's weird. He's a little vanilla for my taste, you know. He's a little, you know, I don't know. He says all the right things, and that's kind of boring when when you're old like I am, and you cut your teeth on Lou Saban, you know, or you know Marv Levy, or just somebody who's quotable. But listen, I think our coach and our general manager are on the same page, and I think their results are wonderful, and I haven't been this excited in ages. I never miss a snap. I've never missed a snap since the Bills entered my consciousness, you know, and I love Bills football, but it hasn't been this exciting in ages. I'm thrilled.
Absolutely. And speaking of ages, man, you know, you a Bills fan thinking through. Who is your favorite Bills player all time?
You know who I always loved? Because, you know, like when you're 12, those are the guys that are in your heart in a special way. I love Tony Green, who is, you know, a great safety on some pretty bad teams. But, you know, I loved any Bill who could be a multiple Pro Bowler when we were not good.
Right.
So I love Tony Green. I mean, I love so many of those guys. I love so many players from the Super Bowl era, and I could name 1,000 guys, but Tony Green was that guy that I always loved because, when they're not that age and you still love the team, you got to kind of hang your hat on someone, and I just loved him.
So
who's your
I want to follow up with that because you talked about your players that you liked in the 90s potentially. Is there anybody that stands out right now on this roster that you're like, I like that guy?
Oh boy. I like Jerry Hughes. I love Jerry Hughes because I love how he plays, and he's as good as he hasn't fallen off at all. And he played on those bad teams, and now he's finally getting a shot at being on a winning team. I love him. I know he gets some weird penalties once in a while, but that's the price you pay for genius.
I like that.
There you go. I mean, I could sing a lot of guys out. I love this team, but I've always been a Jerry Hughes guy.
All right, Nick. So you're the gambling type, and you've been following the lines. Let's give me a prediction. I want down to the score, down to the point. What do you think?
I think this is going to be Bills 24-17.
A little closer, but you're there. Yeah. I think you're on the right
avenue. Under 41 is going to be under. So right now, Nick's saying, the under was hot right now.
Bills plus one. I haven't even looked at the number. What's the total right now?
I think, what's it? Is it 44? I have to check.
Yeah. 41 is a key number. It feels like one of those only because it's a road game. And I do think we're going to try and run the ball a little bit more and stay balanced. I think we're good. I think they're going to have a hard time with our defense. I really do. I actually, it's interesting because I haven't thought about the score much. That was just my gut. I think San Francisco's secondary is not that great. And I think that, this is one of those games that could turn into Josh really throwing the ball around more than anticipated, but we'll see. We'll see.
Now, hey, Nick, you being out there in California and, right now the Bills is trending in the right direction. I'm quite sure that you've been ridiculed a lot, that San Fran having success and the Bills wasn't doing too good. So, what's it like now on the flip side of things that the Bills are doing quite well and their team is not doing good?
Here's what's really weird about out here. No one cares. This is so not a football town. It's ridiculous. I mean, both teams left forever. Now they're back. No one cares. They've got the Rams went to Super Bowl with Goff. No one cared. It is in Buffalo. Everything would be like Mad Max in Buffalo if the Bills are back in a Super Bowl. It's a cultural phenomenon. But out here, this is so not football country. So if you care about your team, and plus, everybody interesting here came from somewhere else anyway. So, this is one of those cities where there's a bar for every NFL team except the local teams.
So, there's a Packers bar.
Those Bills backers, actually,
you can walk around with a Bill hat on it. People say, well, that's interesting. What's that all about? I mean, they have no idea. This is, really. So, I haven't gotten crap once in LA anytime I've ever worn anything Bills related. They don't even know what it means,
It's funny because I could almost say the same thing for living up in Canada because, I mean, obviously we don't have a team. So there's just a boatload of people that have a whole bunch of teams, right? If you're in the Toronto area, Ottawa area, you'll get a lot more Bills fans. But
remember that New England, the Bills played in Toronto?
When they did, and that was an awful experience.
It was all Dolphin jerseys. And I was
Thank you. It was not a good experience whatsoever.
Canada, Jesus,
Yeah, never again.
No, that was such a terrible idea. It was just, let's give up all our home momentum. But I remember it was like the jersey. It was sort of one of those lame Pro Bowl crowds, right? Where
yes.
The rainbow of jerseys.
It was awful.
Matters to these people.
Yeah, that experience was one thing that I never want to see again.
What's that?
That's an experience I don't think I've ever wanted to see ever again. When they said the Bills are going to Toronto, I was like, no, absolutely not. Leave them in Buffalo. That's it.
I'm sorry, but look at the Sabres and the Maple Leafs. It's a fantastic rivalry. It's hot. It's heated. the Bills in Toronto, that's the big glamorous international. This is like, this isn't going to travel to Toronto. It's like people saying, well, do you root for the Giants? It's like, what? Buffalo, what? People just don't get it. And I think, it's funny. It's like, I always feel like if they ever realigned the NFL, now I'm that old fart who remembers when we lost a decade to the Dolphins in the 70s, back before the Patriots were great. They were the enemy and I hated them so much. But the idea of them not being our division would make me so mad. But there was one period of time where they're thinking like, well, why don't we put all the Rust Belt cities together, like Cleveland and Pittsburgh and Buffalo and Detroit. And I'm like, how can I hate those cities? We are that city, Miami, I can hate. A team that wins a Super Bowl and the coaches are on the sidelines wearing shorts. I hate that. I'm ready to hate that. It's great. So
is the rivalry, is the hate, because it depends on what generation you speak to, because the older generation or the veteran fans will hate Miami till the cows come home.
Yeah.
The new generation hates the Patriots. The Jets I think they've always been hated. So is there a same amount of hatred, or has the hatred shifted to a different team now?
Oh, I think, I consider myself flexible in hating both of them. I can work my way through hating both of them. But no, I mean, it's funny because they were similar. I mean, people forget, because if you weren't there, you forget. But the Dolphins under Shula, they had a perfect season. It was so awful. And it was it's a typical Buffalo mentality where, Shula was smart. He was on those competition committees when they first started forming those things, like late 60s, early 70s, and Shula was on it. And, every Buffalo fan was like, well, that's why we can't get a call against Miami, because they're all scared of Shula. They all work for Shula. That's the Buffalo mindset. I love it, But Miami they weren't Belichick good, but they were the closest thing to it. And it was so hard stinking when they were good. So it's the same exact effect. The names have changed, but it's the same feeling. The Pats were so damn good. It was awful, just awful. And, I'm sorry, but Brady and Belichick are so unlikable, right? Bob Greasy and Don Shula, they were douchebags too. It's like, screw them. I still get mad.
Is Brady likable now?
No, he'll never be likable.
Great answer.
Well, the only thing to like about him is he's making Belichick look bad, and that's fantastic.
Agreed.
I'm so immature. I'm such a child. And there were certain objects that used to get thrown in the end zone with Brady's name written on them, and I've got two sons. And I'm trying to set an example as like how to go through life. And yet, when I saw those Brady sexual devices heaved on the floor, that's the greatest thing I've ever seen. So I'm that asshole.
Nick, let's break off to you a little bit. What's going on with you with your current projects you're working on, and what's coming up? With this COVID thing shutting everything down, especially out there in California, things are getting worse. I mean, everywhere, really.
Oh, it's so crazy. We're actually, I'm executive producer of Mom, which is on CBS Thursday nights, 9:00. You can DVR us; we don't mind. And I'm very lucky because we went back into production, and this week we just finished shooting, I think, our 8th episode. And so far, I mean, it's just rigorous, the testing and the protocols, which is great. But we actually got back to work. And I think a multicam sitcom is one of the easier forms. I think that, if you're a show that's dependent on doing a lot of location shooting and longer days and all that, it gets harder and harder. But so far, knock wood, we've had no holdup, but I feel extremely grateful. And also just for our entire crew, our entire family, that we're back to work. But, every day is its own adventure this year, right, guys? It's just, I honestly, my wife and I used to have a joke. where whoever was up first in the morning was usually online with a little coffee, and the other one will come in and say, well, is the world still there? You know, and it's like we still ask it, but it's not a joke anymore, you know. It's crazy. But yeah, no, we're still doing Mom. It's on. Watch it. We got fresh episodes during this time where I don't know about you guys, but I'm running out of things to watch. It's really, you know, I have watched everything twice. So we got fresh episodes of Mom. Check them out. I've worked on a show on Netflix called The Kaminsky Method. We're doing the 3rd season of that as well right now. So, you know, those are the things I got cooking. That one's going to be coming to you a little bit later on. But, you know, I'm very, very lucky to be out there doing stuff. And it's interesting. We're doing all the writing on Zoom now, and that's been a big adjustment.
I do the writing.
It was the worst idea in the world. Not that we had any choice in the matter. I'm actually kind of gotten used to it. It's weird. What it's taught me is how much I screwed off in the office all day long. You know, because Zoom, it's like there's, you know, let's do this and be done, and we're doing everything in half the time. So I'm like, oh, okay, I was really thrown off.
Yeah, and now this season the Bills are on the West Coast. You don't even get the opportunity to see them play. You know, it's like 3-4 times. Like Arizona twice now. You know, that's a hop, skip, and a jump for where you are. And then, you know, you could have seen them, you know, once again in San Fran. So
this week, that's an easy. Used to be an easy jump from LA to there. And you know, it's interesting. I mean, this being the first year they were playing football in Vegas. I think everyone who had a road game in Vegas had their calendar circled, right? I mean, what could be a better road trip to see your team play football? But not this year, you know. And we hope soon we'll be back to that.
Absolutely, man. And you know, Nick, we'd like to appreciate you for giving us your time all the way from, you know, California, IA. You know, you represent 716, man. You definitely representing us proud, man. Keep up the fantastic work. And, you know, you can watch us every Friday, by the way. You know what I mean? If you run out of stuff to watch, you can just tune in.
Like I said, I'm out of TV. You're my new favorite show.
I know you've been getting that Buffalo swag delivered to you, but I think we got to get you some autographed memorabilia. How about one of these camo helmets over here, and we'll get you a Jerry Hughes jersey.
Oh my God, I would really love that. Oh my God,
we have these all geared up, signed up by Steph Diggs and Josh Allen, and we'll set you up with
that's
some real
amazing.
Buffalo swag.
Hey, this was really fun, you guys. I love what you do. I was grateful that you reached out to me. And, you know, what's more fun than talking Buffalo, right? Come on.
Absolutely.
Right? All right.
Well, I know you missed it,
brothers.
I know you missed the food. We have to see you some of that too a little bit.
As you can see, I'm making it work out here.
I'll send you a camera.
I'm making it work, but yeah, no, it's not the same, Jen. It's, oh my God. Try and get a wing in this.
Well, Nick, it's been a pleasure. Don't be a stranger. If ever you want to you're so frustrated or you're elated, you want to speak Bills and talk Bills, reach out to us. We'll bring you right back on because right now the fans are loving you right now. They love.
Oh, that's great. I'll do it anytime you guys want. This is really fun. All right.
Absolutely.
All right, go Bills.
Yes, sir. And that's how you ended with a fantastic guest in Nick Bakay. You know what I like about people like true, authentic people don't cut the BS and just tell you like it is. And I love how he said, hey, my hate is flexible. I can hate the Patriots, the Jets, or I love that. Flexible hate, let's bring that on. I'll take that every day.
Rico.
Fellas, yes.
Rico, let's talk about next week real quick because we got some fire coming up. How about my man Benny the Butcher with the Snowman, Dion Dawkins all lined up?
Are we ready to break that out right now?
We are ready to break that out.
out.
Dion Dawkins, Ben the Butcher, lined up for next Friday.
Let's go. So, guys, you already know our guy Dion Dawkins is going to be blessing the mic, and you know he's going to be shaky. You know what I mean? He's going to be blessing the mic big time. And then on top of that, you got Benny the Butcher. If you guys don't know who Benny the Butcher is, y'all better get on your YouTube, get on your Spotify. I know the wrap-up already happened, but start streaming that Benny the Butcher, and y'all know what's good, and we're going to bring him on. You guys have been fantastic. That's what I'm talking about. Fellas, how'd you feel about today's show?
Today was great. I loved it. But we got a big game coming into a Monday night game.
I was like, woo! Where'd they go? Amazing.
So, folks, Great show. We want to thank, my guy Jerry Capulet's a beautiful spot. I'm telling you, if you want to come down here and get some pizza, man, you better come and get. So the ambiance is immaculate in this place. You won't believe that this is a pizza shop. I'll tell you that.
I will tell you that. And Nick, continue to grind it out, folks. If you guys have not hit up my man Nick, get your jerseys, whatever jersey you're trying to get signed, helmets, this, that, and the third. Nick, look what's behind y'all, man. Listen, Addison jerseys being signed, right? And my boy Addison came out and he was firing on all cylinders today. So if you guys are looking for helmets, because I know you guys have been hitting me up like crazy, listen, Nick _ I believe Gary. Is that correct? Nick _ Gary?
Yep.
On the Instagram.
Full-size helmets, mini helmets, frame jerseys, anything you want, anything you need.
Anything you want, anything you need, my man Nick. Look at that. Look at Vanna White over here. Vanna Black is showing out, you know what I mean, the jerseys and everything. So there we have it, man. So jerseys, mini helmets, you name it, you got it. Ladies and gentlemen, on top of that, Buffalo versus everybody. You guys see the backgrounds, Buffalo go. We are letting them, we're actually partnering up with them right now. So if you guys are trying to get yours before Christmas, jump on that ASAP. ASAP. I'm going to pan back. You see
Buffalo
that?
Versus everybody.
Buffalo versus everybody. BuffaloLogo.com. Go ahead and order yours now. They won't be there for very long. And folks, that has been a show, and I enjoyed it very much. That was a special guest, and Nick surprised me. That was fantastic. I can't even front. And Mario just did what Mario does, man. So that was great. So fellas, man, until next week, I want y'all to sign off. Where can they find you? Mookie, tell them where they can find you. Nick, where can they find you?
Oh, man, you know where you can find me, man. You hit me up on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram at Waffle Sports. And, you can always check me out on Power 96.5 every single Sunday, giving you exclusive interviews and post-game with players and coaches.
Absolutely. Facebook, Instagram, Nick Gary, Garey. There's a couple of us out there. So make sure you find the right spot for all your memorabilia needs. We'll take care of you.
Excellent. You guys already know where you guys can find me. It's the Rico Report on your Sundays post game. Now it's going to be the Monday night game, and then right back to back like Drake on the Tuesdays, and I'm going to hit you back on Fridays. It's the Rico Report. It's the Buffalo Fanatics. You guys have your excellent night. And for those that are tuned in afterwards, the Rico Report will follow up in the next 15 minutes. So I will see you guys then, fellas. Great show. We will see you next week. Let's go. Go Bills.
Go Bills.
Bing, biggity, bing time.
Let's go.